So we are moving to the poster session. So if there is any questions, please go ahead. I don't see yet. Maybe I have one for Dr. Kovacs. I look with great interest your poster. You find strong modification in keratinocytes of vitiligo. It's always the same question, but here you are suggesting that the defect are on the keratinocytes. Where do you think this the initial issue is? Your lab nicely reported that there is an oxidative stress and mitochondrial alteration. Do you think that it's coming from that, or do you have another explanation?
Hi, good morning to everyone. Hi. Yes, we are working on it because we believe that there is a basal metabolic alteration, metabolic defects in all the population of the skin, and we believe that it can be an alteration, an intrinsic alteration that doesn't allow keratinocyte to have a regular activity, so they cannot differentiate properly, and they are not able to stratify and express all the regular differentiation markers, because we believe that there is an intrinsic metabolic defect. And so they are not like they don't have enough energetic power to complete their regular biological behavior.
Thank you very much. I don't see questions coming. I may have another one for Dr. Narayan. Thank you for this poster. It raised a very important question, because actually we don't know exactly what is a success for patient, and of course it depends on for all patients. You say that 68% of the patient consider that at least 75% of repigmentation is successful. But do you mean that 1/3 of the patient with reaching 75% are considering that it's not a success, that we need 100%? And what is your opinion, and what the data show on the hands, for example, which is also a key area?
That's a very interesting question. So, we asked this questions actually to 325 patients, and we only made the differentiate between facial and non-facial lesions. So we didn't take into account the other areas. And what was interesting was that the facial lesions, actually we expected that that's more important to patients, that has a higher success rate, but I'm guessing because this is more visual. And for lesions on the body, well, this is less. So that was an interesting difference that we found.
Okay, thank you. I see another question for you from Dr. Hamzavi. Can you compare your finding to the ENFO study, where the degree of acceptable depigmentation differs slightly from Europe, and also where the patient from Europe only, any variation in subculture?
Yes, for the second question, they were mainly all from the Netherlands, but the skin types varied. We had most of the patients had skin type 2. That was like approximately, well, out of my head, like 60%, and or 60 to 70%, and just a few percent had a darker skin type, so skin types 4 to 6. And regarding the first question,
the ENFO study.
Yes, I know that study. The question was where the degree of acceptable depigmentation differed slightly from your works. Yeah, so in the ENFO study, just out of my head, I remember there was an anonymous agreement that 80% or higher should be regarded as successful. And this is largely in accordance with our study. In the majority of the people for facial lesions that they considered more than 75% successful in about 2/3 of the patients. So it is quite comparable to what was found in the INFO study.
Thank you. Please, there is a question for Dr. Bibeau. Did you see any differences in VT scores by FST and sex?
We did see some differences in sex. They weren't statistically significant. We did see that actually the males reported poorer quality of life across the different VitiQual domains. For Fitzpatrick skin type, we didn't see any statistically significant results for any of the domains, with the exception of behavior, where there was a trend that differed between the different types. We did not look at any pairwise comparisons between any one referent Fitzpatrick type versus any of the others, just among all of them together in aggregate.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I may have a question for Dr. Ragab. I look with interest to your poster, but I still don't understand how vitiligo can enhance the cardiovascular risk. Of course, you are suggesting you need more data on that, but can you comment? Can you explain better? Can you explain to us how vitiligo can increase this risk?
Hello, and thank you for the opportunity. We have used the duplex ultrasound scanning for the carotids, and 44% of the vitiligo patients compared to controls, they had a carotid intima media thickness above the 90th percentile for age and sex, which is risky. Also, we have found atherosclerotic plaques in 30% of patients compared to 10% of control. In addition to the high oxidative stress observed in the vitiligo patients and observed also in those with atherosclerotic plaques, all the cases. That's why we suggest that vitiligo patients are at a higher risk for atherosclerosis and future cardiovascular events.
Thank you. There is also one question from Dr. Hamzavi to Dr. Ragab. Can you clarify the demographic data on the two groups, male-female ratio?
We have the patients and controls were all age and sex matched. We had no problem with age, because age is a risk factor for atherosclerosis as we progress with age. We had the age group of above 20 years patients and controls also above 20 years, and they were age matched. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, I think you do. I think also we have to move on because it's the next station coming. I would like to thank my co-chair and all the speakers and the poster presenters. It was a very nice session, and sorry for that we have not question for all of you, but really thank you for all your work, and I think we have to move on for the next speakers and chairs. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Some very interesting papers. Thank you very much. Good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.